The average NASCAR fan hustling and bustling to get to the racetrack on race day has a routine to pull up to the McDonald's drive-thru to order like this.
2 orders of the 10-piece nuggies and 2 Oreo McFlurries. Can I also get 2 apple pies and 2 Big Macs, please?
Or maybe that NASCAR fan is like Ye when he pulls up to a McDonald's and is stunned to see that in fact, they do not sell bottles of Yoo-Hoo.
Hey, can I get
Either way, McDonald's has won the race to NASCAR fans' stomachs for decades, despite not actually winning a race for 26 years. But alas, there is a new sassy, savage new competitor that has entered the fast food race in the NASCAR Cup Series. NRF Productions proudly presents how Wendy's can grill McDonald's in NASCAR's fast food wars. When you ask the question, what fast food quick restaurant chain is the one that is number 1 in sales and is also the winner in terms of satisfying the cravings of NASCAR's faithful, it is a unanimous answer, as McDonald's is the golden standard of fast food. Ray Kroc doubled down like a McDouble cheeseburger on the things the company was good at: guerrilla marketing, making delicious Big Macs, chicken McNuggets, and famous fries not only taste good, but affordable to people that are struggling making ends meet. Having across the board consistent quality, no matter if it is a McDonald's restaurant in North Dakota or North Carolina. Today, McDonald's rules the roost of fast food domestically and internationally, even as in recent years McDonald's has embraced modernity. Go to your hometown McDonald's and you will see it looks nothing like the one you got your Happy Meals from 10, 15, even 20 years ago. Mine, in fact, went through its modernization last year by ditching its play place, as well as the traditional McDonald's building, one that kids just see on the highway and say, "Mommy, Daddy, let's take a trip to Mickey D's," because they see those red and yellow colors. Today though, it looks more like a place I'd withdraw money out of my bank account from than eating a nice quarter pounder and fries. So why is such an iconic brand like McDonald's ditching what made them popular back in the day and embracing modernity? Well, you just have to look at the rise of quote-unquote fast casual eateries like Chipotle. These fast casual eateries have become the 21st century norm of fast food, and McDonald's has embraced this. They have changed their identity to keep up with the modern times, which, unlike NASCAR, McDonald's can afford to do this. They can afford to jump into new waters because, well, it's McDonald's. They boast a large, diverse audience, whether it's different races, different ethnicities, different socioeconomic status. No matter the personality, there's one commonality, and that is the fact that all audiences, all ages love the Golden Arches no matter what. The McDonald's franchise has remained successful, has remained ruling the roost, even as the recent moves have been labeled McBland, a phrase that was used to describe the 2023 McDonald's livery for the Daytona 500, piloted by
McDonald's new Fish McBites. Fishy, fishy. Fish, fish, McBites, McBites. Fish, fish, McBites, McBites. Fishy, fishy.
Excuse me for the technical difficulties. The new guy behind the scenes at NRF Productions, he worked in TV, and automatically when he hears a certain trigger word, his instinct is to go to commercial breaks. So give this guy a bit of a break. What I was going to allude to is that the current driver for McDonald's fits the new modern feel of the unanimously recognized brand. The Ronald McDonald sized clown shoes fit the feet of Bubba Wallace, not just because yes, you have moments behind the wheel like Las Vegas where Bubba could have stood beside the clown McDonald's mascot, and it's safe to say NASCAR Nation wouldn't have been able to tell them apart. What I want to emphasize the most is that, like the brand on his chest, Bubba Wallace is not afraid of evolution. The Confederate flag has fallen out of our modern times for good reason. For NASCAR though, flying the Confederate flag on NASCAR properties was considered tradition, heritage. before a candid phone call with Bubba Wallace led the suits and ties in Daytona to realize this is the 21st century. After many years, they finally decided to outlaw the American Civil War losers battle flag at its races for good. Now, while McDonald's, they were frying their competition in the kitchen, their competition on the racetrack was serving them L after L after L. They say science is rooted in logic, but no law of gravity or Newton's law can describe this. Why, Bill Elliott, Casey Kane, Jamie McMurray, Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, and Kurt Busch never won a race for the Golden Arches, but Jimmy Spencer, of all people, the biggest snowflake in NASCAR television history.
Oh, Kevin, you just need to grow up a little.
Got his Big Mac stack of victories in the 1994 season. McDonald's as a sponsor had a McFortunate legacy. For 26 years, McDonald's was craving the feeling of victory lane before, you guessed it, Bubba Wallace, the progressive trailblazer, would break a McDonald's norm in historic fashion.
It's official. Bubba Wallace gets his first career win. He's just the second African-American to ever win at the highest level of NASCAR.
Bubba Wallace did on that day what 4 NASCAR Cup Series champions couldn't. And many will say that his McDonald's meal is just a wrapper on the side of the road filled with roadkill odor. But Bubba Wallace is the perfect spokesperson for the forward-thinking McDonald's Corporation. Okay, so for how long I drew out the McDonald's segment, this video is probably just as bad as one order I got at McDonald's. True story, one time at my local McDonald's, they botched my meal to the point where one of the cooks apologized and gave me a free meal. The only difference between that experience and this one probably is that I can't refund you the X number of minutes you've watched this. Alright, let's finally move on to the spicy rival to the Golden Arches. If you're in the parking lot with one of your buddies getting a Baconator or a spicy chicken McNuggets meal, they might say, man, the Wendy's brand, they have become so sassy over the last couple years. However, contrary to popular belief, that's always been the way of Wendy's.
When you drive to Wendy's and order a single, you get more beef than the Whopper or the Big Mac.
Dave Thomas created the Wendy's brand in 1969 as the alternative to the less than satisfying parts of fast food. Quality has become the Wendy's recipe. When sales weren't doing too hot, Wendy's shifted to higher quality menu items. A breakfast worth waking up for. What Miss Wendy has got cooking in her kitchen helped take down the Burger King himself, the king of flippin' Whoppers and singing about them.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day at BK. Have it your way.
I'm sorry I had to annoy you guys again, but that was to emphasize the point that Wendy's has officially become the #2 burger chain in the United States. The Wendy's brand itself has never been afraid of a little beef.
Very big, fluffy, fun.
Where's the beef?
Miss Wendy has always thrown the shade at Ronald McDonald, always been a bit sassy, a word that Kurt Kane, the Wendy's CMO at the time, used to describe the Wendy's social media presence back in 2019. The Wendy's brand has always been like that, but it wasn't until the wonderful human invention known as Twitter obviously changed so many lives forever in a wonderful, wonderful way, where she was given a loud 30-watt megaphone for the entire world to hear. So Wendy's, historically, they've never been afraid of a little beef. So wouldn't it make sense to have a big presence in NASCAR, a motorsport with a lot of beef?
And there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison.
What the hell do you think I was mad about? Dumb little runs us clear down to the infield. He wants to about everybody else, and he's the one that drives like a little. I'm gonna bust his ass.
He's just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. He gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, it's terrible.
Okay, sure, there was a Wendy's commercial back in the day where Darrell Waltrip encouraged Dave Thomas to run extra laps on an empty stomach just so he could steal his bacon mushroom melt. That is not one of the brightest moments from DW. And these commercials right here, they have helped me understand and make sense of some things in NASCAR, namely how Ryan Newman became one of the bigger guys in the Cup Garage.
Should I get the combo? Get the combo.
But as for Wendy's sponsoring a NASCAR race team, their only races were well back in the day where they would sponsor some Busch Series races with Mike Porter and Stanton Barrett for a fun, not afraid to let a little loose brand. Perhaps it wasn't the motivation, but rather finding the quality fit behind the wheel to represent the Wendy's brand perfectly. And after years of soul searching, it is safe to say that Wendy's has found her match.
Damn. I'm worn out. That was badass. Oh, he did throw up. He did throw up. Oh my gosh.
Here he is, fans. Noah Gragson up the fence again.
They just kicked their ass, baby. Let's go.
Noah Gragson isn't afraid of a little beef. Brazen, brash, cocky are just some of the descriptive words that describe his character in the NASCAR eye. Noah Gragson is the Baconator to the NASCAR fans that have been starved of authentic personality. And where did he get that personality? Well, it comes from some of his 11-year-old adventures on the dirt bike, doing whatever crazy jump could get him that adrenaline rush. Flaring himself out to look like Tim Richmond. Climbing the fence to salute the fans. Not saying the cliche fast as Xfinity 10G internet war. Gotta thank all the men and women at Colleague. And finally shooting his shot with the trophy girl that landed him a date for the NASCAR Awards banquet later that year. Noah Gragson and Wendy's, in the words of Larry Mack, is the Subway right combination. I mean, just walk into any of their 6,500 restaurants domestically and you'll find dozens of juicy hot singles ready to mingle. Or maybe it'll be your lucky day when Noah Gragson walks up to you in an oversized hat, gives you a free Wendy's Frosty for a year token, and tells you to scan the square. Noah Gragson is the embodiment of Wendy's. He even said it himself.
Are you the Wendy's guy now?
I'm the Wendy's guy, yeah.
Is that how you want to be formally known?
You can call me the Wendy's guy, yeah.
Noah Gragson loves representing Wendy's to the point where he even loves the Wendy's name tag that they put on his fire suit. Really, the only thing that was missing from Wendy's Speed Week activation was Gragson personally throwing a little shade at McDonald's, but considering that we aren't far removed from this,
I don't like them. 3.5 men, 3.5 guys who get to be a part of this. Little man. Ty's got church in the morning. Ty gets racing car, I mean Joe gets racing car. It'll catch up to him.
Ty Gibbs is going to win the race and the championship.
And if I was any closer and get that POS, but definitely sucks to lose to someone like that.
For now at least, it is best to keep the stove dials at a level safe enough for a Cup Series rookie like Noah Gragson to handle. He's just getting up to speed in this fast food rivalry, but for Wendy, she's already full throttle at 200 miles per hour on her competition. It all started when McDonald's unveiled their modern livery for Bubba Wallace. And some might say that Wendy's is just another influencer who thinks she's way more important than she actually is, which is probably what people think of myself and NRF Productions. But I'm telling you this, people have not seen the ultimate vision, like what things are going to look like when this channel pops off. World hunger is going to be eradicated, a cure for cancer is going to be found, and force field technology will be invented to where a NASCAR race will never be rain delayed ever again. Sounds like a world I want to live in, that's for sure. That was just some of the beef entering a Daytona 500 where
We high five.
High five. High five. High five. It'll catch on, right?
Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries, preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's.
Okay, let me Ryan Blaney at the Clash this and say that the beef was brought as a Wendy's and a McDonald's car would race against each other for just the second time ever. The Wendy's CMO further dragged McDonald's by further referring to the McDonald's car as McBland. Throw in the geniusness of the scan the square ploy and the over-awareness of it, considering this was the commercial 500. Some would compare the start of Wendy's in NASCAR to the sensation when you bite into a Baconator in the Wendy's parking lot, so hot to where it burns your tongue. However, with the creativity and the fun of the Wendy's brand, the possibilities are endless. There's a lot more that they can do to grow Wendy's in NASCAR, but what is it? Well, let me propose the perfect Wendy's marketing campaign that they should take and run with, and will hopefully tie this video all together. McDonald's has embraced modernity, aka boring and uncreative. Their driver has driven and acted like Ronald McDonald on some occasions. Then you sit back and watch some of the recent commercials from Wendy's, which honestly I don't have to play. You guys have seen far too many of them. They have painted this stale picture of McDonald's by roasting them, and somehow they have used the golden arches in their commercials without a license. What's honestly stopping Wendy's from having, say, the cast that Wendy's has in their commercials? They have them react to the new McDonald's livery from the Daytona 500 with
Wendy's new hot honey chicken biscuit and sandwich. Flavor like this can
only be forged at a Wendy's.
Willie?
Huh? Oh, right.
Thank you.
So sorry.
No, it was nice. I liked it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new hot honey chicken sandwich or biscuit at breakfast.
Or they could always react to Bubba Wallace junking Kyle Larson at Las Vegas. Either the guy with the mustache or the son of Glenn from Talladega Nights says something corny like, "You see, McDonald's races their competition as dirty as their ice cream machine that always breaks down." But why would you have a bunch of people masquerading as cheesy SNL characters when you have a character in himself that doesn't shy away from the camera? There are honestly no excuses for Wendy's not to have had Noah Gragson on the set by now. NASCAR has stopped in Southern California twice already, and it's not like Noah Gragson was awfully busy. I mean, for an entire day last weekend, he was pretty much in his motorhome just playing video games. Noah Gragson is a driver that is going to have a long NASCAR life, unless he goes full Casey Atwood and is just downright lazy. Wendy's needs to find a way to blend his energetic personality into their commercials, because if this is achieved, this has the making to be the best NASCAR commercial series since UPS and their Dale Jarrett driving the big brown truck campaign. Wendy's at the least is going to make the fast food war fun. It's going to add some new energy, which is something NASCAR desperately needs. We need more instances where Lowe's is trying to remove Tony Stewart gear from the Lowe's Motor Speedway gift shop, or Coca-Cola running 8 red but still unique to the driver C2 paint schemes to try to defeat Pepsi in the Pepsi 400. It not only makes the two rivaling companies invest more and more money into NASCAR, but also it can bring out a bit of the driver personality, which is something that NASCAR also desperately needs. So if Wendy's can bring their sassy personality to the racetrack, use their new driver's personality in a bold and energetic way, the quick service restaurant that has been the go-to for many NASCAR fans over the past few decades will be absolutely grilled by its biggest rival. If you enjoyed this video, you will certainly like the one about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and JTG winning the Daytona 500, as well as how a longtime sponsor in NASCAR, M&M's, leaving the motorsport exposes NASCAR's demographics in a big way. But other than that, this is Nathan for NRF Productions. Life's a beach, and then you drive.